Migration is one of the least understood and most poorly governed aspects of globalization. There are international agreements for the movement of goods, for investment, and yet the movement of people remains largely the prerogative of sovereign nation-states with little effective cooperation internationally. A migrant is a person that's living outside their country of origin, their country of birth, for 1 year or more. About 10% are those who are leaving their country under conditions of war, political persecution, and so forth, and are classified as refugees or asylum seekers. And while those categories of people are included in the broadest definition of migrant, our initiative at MacArthur focuses in particular on so-called voluntary or economic migrants rather than refugees. These could be highly skilled professionals, they could be individuals with little or no education, and everything in between. The countries of destination for migrants cover both the developed world, the rich countries, and the developing world. Migration is a more encompassing term than immigration. Migration implies that movement is not always unilinear, that it's not the old paradigm of immigration where an individual with or without his or her family leaves a country of origin, arrives in a country of destination, puts down sort of permanent residence, and becomes a member or assimilates into a new society. The Foundation is funding work in two broad areas. First is improving the governance of international migration, and second is exploring the relationship between migration and economic development. MacArthur is funding research that looks into whether specific banking instruments can help migrants make better use of remittances, whether shared control of bank accounts by migrants and their families back home can help direct more funds into longer-term household investments. Migration cuts across a number of fields of interest to MacArthur, whether it be conservation, population, human rights, international security, and even our interest in public housing in Chicago. Migration is a field that's not without controversy. The Foundation is certainly not taking a stand on immediate issues in U.S. immigration policy. Rather, we hope to contribute to a longer-term reframing, a paradigm shift on the issue of migration so that it's understood to be a global phenomenon, so that it's understood to involve two-way movements of people and not just a one-way flow, that it's part and parcel of the global economy, that it has its costs, it has its political and economic, its social, cultural complexities, but needs to be thought of holistically. MacArthur, as a broad-based foundation, is really in a position, I think, to help pull together some different strains of thought, different viewpoints, different approaches on this question, and hopefully contribute to constructive debate and to policy making.